Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm roasting every US president in order again. Today I'm roasting 14th president and a man who looks like he's about to condescendingly explain to you that his hairline can't be receding because it's too floofy, Franklin Pierce. Pierce was nominally against slavery, saying he wished it had no existence upon the face of the earth, but was also opposed to the abolitionist movement because he was afraid that it could cause a civil war. So just to be clear, Pierce wanted slavery to be absolutely nowhere, except for the places where it already was. Pierce is known as a doughface, a term which once just meant coward, but which grew to mean a northerner with southern sympathies, and a term which Pierce hated so much that he once gave a speech in Congress entirely about how he wasn't a doughface. And hey, I have no interest in calling Pierce a coward. I'd much rather call him a doughface since I know that bothered him. Pierce's support for the Fugitive Slave Act, which compelled Northern officials to cooperate with capturing people who were fleeing slavery, was key to him getting nominated for president in 1852, as it made him acceptable to the South. I'm not saying that Pierce compromised his principles to get the nomination, though. I think he very sincerely had evil principles. Pierce met the writer Nathaniel Hawthorne, most famous for The Scarlet Letter, when they went to college together, and Hawthorne later wrote a biography of Pierce for the country to read to get to know him while he was running for president. It's so interesting that Hawthorne wrote a book about a person who commits horrible, shameful sins and ends up with those sins being their lasting legacy, plus he also wrote The Scarlet Letter. Well, President Pierce wanted to acquire Cuba from Spain to be a new slave state, but after a memo written by Pierce's diplomats that said that the US would be justified in taking Cuba by force was made public, Pierce lost face and had to abandon his Cuba plan. The Pierce administration made the classic political error. Whatever you do, you never ever tell the truth. Pierce signed the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which led to what's known as Bleeding Kansas, where pro- and anti-slavery forces set up rival governments in Kansas amid widespread violence, and Pierce intervened on behalf of the pro-slavery government. I'm beginning to see why Pierce was so worried about a civil war breaking out. If that ever happened, the South might lose. Alright, please consider donating to help the family that I sponsor in Gaza. If you'd like to support me or watch bonus videos, please check out my Then let me know who else to roast, and join me next time when I'll be roasting 15th President and a man who looks like the crime boss in the dark underbelly of Munchkinland, James Buchanan.